Well, there's an Aphelios ban.
And a Darius ban coming out on the side of Martinsville. And a Silas ban. Silas has been seeing a lot of play recently. I don't believe he's overly, like, I wouldn't say he's overly strong or anything like that, but he seems to be. He's like, since they switched his playstyle to a burst assassin and a set.
There's the set ban. Oh yeah, that's very traditional at this point. Early champs or new champs need to be banned or picked.
I can't even say he's new at this point. It's like everybody knows how broken he is, and he's only like beaten out by like range champions.
Yeah, very strong, and that engage on his ultimate can just absolutely disrupt a team fight.
Fiora, which is one of his counters actually. But how does Cabello respond though? Yasuo.
Yasuo, okay, that's pretty not bad.
I don't believe we've seen Weiss on Yasuo before.
Now that could still be bot lane. That is a flex pick,
True.
and it does synergize quite well with that Thresh. There's a lot of things that are going to proc that ultimate of his.
Although we've also seen that guy on Yasuo before as well, so it was a pretty good flex pick all around. So it honestly might be a Yasuo top lane.
Now that would be entertaining. Yasuo versus Fiora could be a good high action matchup.
The Yasuo will also be taken from that guy yesterday. Definitely want to see what he'll, if he's playing the Yasuo, what he will see from it. Because I can see top lane being pretty explosive this game. We've got Ahri and Kha'Zix coming out. Kha'Zix a very strong early game jungler, or mid game jungler rather, and Ahri who is extremely well rounded.
Oh yeah, that Ahri is going to be a solid pick. I think this Lux that we see picked here is going to be the mid laner.
I wouldn't be surprised with that. The Morgana ban coming out, meaning that there will be no anti-fun champion in this game. In a couple of my previous casts, I would very, very, very often complain about Morgana as a champion. Especially being a support main myself, it's like, wow, I guess I just don't get to have any fun in this game. Every time you see Morgana, permaban. I permaban her.
See, I've picked a lot of Morgana in my time.
Wouldn't be seeing it against me, I'll tell you that.
Misfortune pick or banned out. That'll be.
See, it's weird to see a Vayne ban coming out on it's weird to see a Vayne ban coming out on the side of Bed Level Midnight, seeing as how they don't really have any champions, like any tank champions or even bruiser champions for her to shred through, and she's been given the picks of the Kha'Zix and the Ahri and the Fiora, who generally do pretty well under her by being able to stick to her. I don't know if the Vayne ban was necessary, but the Lee Sin ban coming out was a very good ban. We've seen Witchblade perform on that Lee Sin before, so that's definitely something they don't want to see, especially against a bunch of squishy champions like.
Now this will be an ADC Senna picked here, so look forward to that. It is quite strong at the moment. Martin Cabello fan club looking like a very well-rounded team comp, lacking in the tank department, but both sides appear to be doing that. Expect a high kill game.
I'm expecting a high kill game, especially like with a really aggressive. Ooh, and
Janna? Okay, now this I find a questionable pick. Janna's not in a great place at the moment, and doesn't do much to counter the Thresh support.
She's good. She's pretty good at all of the other Hook champions except Thresh. But it's just like one of those things where Threat Level Midnight also is lacking in Engage right now. Engage and Tank are the two things that they're missing from. So I expected to see something like a Leona or a Blitzcrank or something like that to come out since the Nautilus is banned. But this is quite the surprise that we've got here. But it is officially Yasuo in the top lane, and Martin Cabello finishes off, rounds out their team comp really well with a Jarvan pick here to synergize really well with Yasuo and Lux.
And gives them a tank lane. I like Martin Cabello fan club's team comp here a lot.
I very much enjoy their team comp, but it's not to call out to call off rather the team of Threat Level Midnight, because they do have a pretty good pick potential between Ahri and Kha'Zix, with a lot of damage, follow-up damage coming from Fiora, Lucian, and Janna to really secure and protect whoever gets jumped on. But I'm not sure if the Janna will be enough. But depending on how it's played, it can really turn into something really powerful and really snowballing. Because if Threat Level Midnight gets ahead, they will have a huge advantage until Martin Cabello is allowed to scale in this game.
Yeah, Misfits on the Senna will scale infinitely, along with Troll to Noob on Thresh, and if we have learned anything in the 10 years of League of Legends, it's infinitely scaling champs will infinitely scale. If you ever left a Nasus top lane, you know exactly what I mean.
Or Veigar mid lane.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely backbreaking.
When you sit there and you're like, oh wait, 1000 AP one shot, that a pretty fun one to deal with.
Whoops, and I'm dead.
Oh wait, I have a delete button. It's called my R key on Veigar.
Or just a straight up unkillable take Nasus, just walking into the enemy team, ulting, and just like Q dropping people.
I have 1,000 stacks and a Triforce, but everything else is tanky, so I have 300 armor and magic bruises walking at you with a 1500 damage Q on a 2-second cooldown. Sounds balanced.
Oh yeah, gotta shut down that early. But no Nasus this game. Just a whole lot of burst on the side of Threat Level Midnight and a well-rounded team fighting comp on the side of Threat Level Midnight.
Oh yeah, with Lux and Senna providing heals and shields, and then Thresh able to really create picks alongside Jarvan, who get easy follow-up from Yasuo. Their team synergizes really well. The only thing that I'm somewhat concerned with is the wave clear on both teams, actually, because Ahri is really their only wave clear, the only reliable wave clear on Threat Level Midnight, and then Martin Cabello's only got their Lux, which has relatively reliable wave clear with her Lucent Singularity and her ultimate, but which later into the game will scale down to, depending on runes and masteries. Remember those. Remember with runes to see how low her ult cooldown will actually be, which generally gets down to about 36 to 28 seconds, depending.
Now that will change depending on what kind of drags we see. We get a couple of wind drags in this game, and that'll can get down to, I think the lowest hypothetical it has is 21 seconds.
Which I've seen before, actually. I've seen the 21 second. Actually, I think it was a 19 second one.
Either way, absolutely obnoxious.
Oh yeah, and that's like with. Everything. Spectator delay is timing out now, which means we will be running into our loading screen. And remember, if you're enjoying the stream or you know somebody who would enjoy the stream, leaving a like and a follow here on Twitch or on, I think we have a Facebook now, would also be really nice. Thank you.
Of note, we are also incredibly close to affiliate status, so any likes, follows will be greatly appreciated. The bigger our channel gets, the bigger our tournaments can get, and the bigger the series can get, the more content we can bring you guys. So please help us out.
And in case you are just now tuning in, I am Brown and On with my co-host over here, Monochrome.
Yep.
In case you're just tuning in and didn't know.
Yep. Of note, both of us are support mains, so get ready for a whole lot of trash talk about ADCs this game.
Uh-oh. I tend not to. I try to be a little bit more respectful than my friend Monochrome over here, but we'll see if we can turn that out. But looking towards our runes this game, it seems as though Jarvan Witchblades did not opt for the Conqueror that we see relatively often, or even the Aftershock I see pretty often on him as well. Glacial Augment Senna is one that's pretty difficult to deal with, a little sticky, makes her a lot stickier, a lot harder to kite, or a lot easier for her to kite, a lot easier for her to disengage as well. And then the Glacial Augment Ari with the Cleanse, meaning that she's really going to be trying to avoid all of the CC coming from, or the initial pieces of CC coming from Weiss, Misfits, and Troll the Noob. Otherwise, we do see pretty standard runes across the board. Maybe even the secondary of domination for CCO is a little different. I'm not used to seeing domination secondary on Fiora, but I can see it working.
Now we do have a nice little invade going on here.
Who's your money on, sir? Good sir?
If I was a betting man, and I am, I would say that I would definitely be betting on Martin Cabello fan club here. Their team fight centric team comp really speaks to me as a player, and
my money is going to go on Threat Level Midnight just because I feel like the skill level here is really going to prove itself in the solo lanes, and they'll be able to snowball their leads really well. Because even looking in bot lane, Senna's a stronger, Lucian's a stronger ADC than Senna, and with the extra power coming in from the Janna, I don't think that, like, the early game is definitely scaled towards Threat Level Midnight's bot lane. But everything seems to be pretty standard start going along. Junglers starting on both of their bot side camps, and just CSing for the time being. No extreme trades, auto attacks being traded back and forth. I think the player to watch this game really is going to be that guy on that Yasuo up there.
could be interesting. Decent amount of trading going on mid lane between Vice and Kuro. But nothing coming from it. Down bot lane, Shoulder Noob looking for a hook. Just gets level 2, misses the hook wide. But
still no level
binding
2
from Sin goes down. Misfits forcing the flash out. Ignite burn on the side of Martin Cabello fan club.
Intertwine now has no flash or heal, but the level 2 is now available, but it's a little too late now. I don't think that they really have anything that can respond to it, and the CCO is just beastifying that guy on top lane underneath this tower. But Witchblades is in the river, so we could see him going up to this top lane to deal with this Fiora. But sitting in the Pixel Brush means that we don't know exactly where quite yet, where Witchblades is pathing to.
Another wide hook, very trying to predict the motion of C9 intertwined. Lots of damage going down mid lane. Very energetic game. Top lane, that guy about to having to flash away from CCO.
And Yusa's looking towards Witchblades to see if
and first blood goes to Eco. CCO?
CCO.
On the Fiora.
Chasing into the jungle. Let's see how far that goes.
No, that is both flashes burned top lane, so.
In the lunge to jump the wall to make sure not to get spotted out by Weiss.
Oh, I tell a lie. CCO did not use flash for that. However,
flash and teleport still available for CCO. Waves in a good spot. Doesn't need to TP to lane, but can. Oh, but will do so anyway. Keep the pressure, I assume, which means we will not be
meanwhile, bot lane, Shoulder Noob, really low. Flash, heal, both burned out. He looks like he should be able to escape here, but Misfits in a bad way. Dash comes in. This will be a kill down to that Lucian of Intertwined.
See, this goes back to what I said earlier, where I said the early game Senna is not enough damage. There's really not a lot of damage, and it's really difficult to play really aggressive with a Senna early. Like, she needs time to scale, and Lucian is an extremely early game champion alongside that Janna, who surprisingly does bring a lot of damage.
Nope.
Another fight happening up here in this top lane. CCO walking around, parrying the Steel Tempest knockup, and is able.
That's a lot of
able
damage.
just
That's
to
a
walk
whole lot of damage.
right through that guy.
Oh, flash
using the
burn
flash.
gets the kill.
Flash? I don't know about the flash, but I don't think it was necessary, but it worked out anyway. So that's
flash
2
not
kills
strictly
now,
necessary, but guaranteeing the kill is sometimes worth the long cooldown.
which means 2 kills and probably at least a 10 CS lead that we're looking at here now for CCO, who's going to be quite an issue with the ability to split push and most likely 1v2 with that parry.
Meanwhile, looks like we're going to have a scuttle fight. Uis trying to get some action in onto Witchblades, but this trade is not going his way. He's going to have to leap over the wall here to escape. Troll and Noob are in a very bad position. They're taking a lot of damage. Angeloid also taking a lot of damage. This fight is all over the place. Oh, there goes the Jarvan, though.
Get out with his life.
Misfit's quickly going to follow. Flash into Leap, and there goes Troll to Noob on the Thresh.
A very clean fight from threat level Midnight.
And that brings us up to a almost 3k gold lead at 6 minutes. That's massive.
There's still no towers left, so that lead can be made up relatively quickly. But like I said, my money's still on threat level Midnight. We're looking towards how I said their early game is significantly stronger than the early game of Martin Cabello. So now it's up to Martin Cabello to slow them down and stop the hemorrhaging. But will they be able to is the question.
I don't know. 6 kills at 6 minutes is pretty steep. I may have lost my money on this bet.
We'll see. Game's not over until the Nexus explodes.
Very true.
Intertwine looking for a quick, easy trade on Misfits, not really getting anything lethal. Now, what do you think about this wording so far? About how the wards are set up across the map?
There's a lot of wards top lane, like relatively speaking for this time period. But ward placement seems pretty straightforward. Weiss taking a lot of damage here, having to pop barrier. Oh, he's going to pop anyway. Oof. That was a rough kill. Kuro really shining on this Ahri pick. Meanwhile, bot lane, Troll the Noob trying to get some action in. This feels a little ambitious. Misfit's already low. Bot lane of Martin Cabello fan club really needs to play defensive here.
And it's really difficult.
Goes for the hook, gets a hook target, but not much you can follow up with there. And
Intertwine able to take him down underneath the tower. And that guy going down yet again to CCO's Fiora. And which is an odd situation to be in, since Witchblade was hovering this top side around that entire time. And it looks like third level Midnight is going to dive and kill Misfits underneath that bot lane tower. So now there's going to be even more tower plays heading towards the side of third level Midnight's bot lane, as well as Theo's Fiora. Now,
I don't know about you, but if this was my solo queue experience, we'd be forfeiting at 15.
I don't know about a forfeit at 15. There's still no tower taken, and the first dragon does go to threat level Midnight, which means that all of their ultimates are on a 10% shorter cooldown.
Sloppy Thresh Hook is going to take a lot of damage for it. This will be another plate down. Troll to Noob incredibly low. They could die for this.
Troll to Noob luckily not getting smacked by the piercing light from Lucian through the minions. Very close to losing his life to that. But
oh, that's And there's Kha'Zix. They're going to get a kill here. I almost guarantee it. Gets the hook onto the Janna, though. That's a lot of damage. That's first kill for Misfits. Looking like he's going to get popped again.
Doesn't even
Ari
matter, 'cause
flash.
Hero is
Wow.
just here, ready to flash and ult onto them and kill both Misfits and Troll the Noob. Only one kill being traded back to...
Yeah, that was a 3-for-1. That seems like a very fair trade.
We're back to about standard. CCO is in this mid lane, diving.
That guy dying
effortlessly
again.
Dying.
CCO having to flash out there, but definitely worth it.
Seems as though Fiora is, or CCO. Oh, another charm
that's
landing
a
on it,
large
and
jump.
Weiss is
in.
immediately getting popped between the charm from Ari and just Kha'Zix's raw damage that he already has, just simply from having the Caulfield's Warhammer.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of pop, plus the massive amount of damage on Ari's Q. If both sides of that attack hit you.
Isolation damage as well coming from Kha'Zix, which is what really destroyed her health bar.
Oh yeah. That was always a very curious mechanic upon release. I quite enjoyed it in the brief period that I did jungle. However,
100% increased damage to isolated targets, which is literally doubling the
meanwhile,
damage.
top lane got another fight going on. Yasuo going down. He may actually get a kill here. That's 800 shutdown gold. That could bring Yasuo back into this game.
CCO getting a little bit too ambitious there, but that's okay. It looks like it's okay because the gold difference between them is still extremely massive. It's still about 700 of a gold difference between the two top laners.
Meanwhile, bot lane, lots of damage going down. TP coming in from behind. Angeloid out of position. Yasuo trying to get some damage in. Misfits throws down the ult, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Janna pops ult in response. Gets a whole lot of healing done. Misfits out of position, taking more damage. Yasuo dies. Troll the Noob about to fall here to the intertwined as well. Oh, nope. He just barely gets out.
And just the straight up lead that intertwine have in the entire bot lane of threat level Midnight that has, it's just too much. Even having that guy's Yasuo there didn't mean anything. There's not a single completed item on the side of Martin Cabello, on anybody on Martin Cabello besides Witchblades. They really didn't have the damage to hold down onto the Janna despite landing a hook on her, and another fight seems to be breaking out.
Popped out behind tower. ECO still looking. Oh, that was just an execute. They didn't even land an attack. Yasuo coming in. That guy trying to get another kill here. That's 1,000 shutdown gold. That's a lot of potential. Luxalt goes down, and that guy picking up a kill. It's a start, but I don't think it's enough.
You say it's not enough, but just like that, now that guy's Yasuo is ahead of CCO's Fiora. With that amount of gold, he can finish off his Zeal item as well as pick up anything else he feels that he needs. Probably an extra dagger, maybe. No, probably not the dagger, but he does have 1,600 in the bank and is ahead of CCO by about 200 gold now. So he picked. Remember, he picked up the 1,000 gold earlier and the 800 gold there. He picked up the 1,000 gold on Intertwined and 800 off of CCO.
Oh, that hook lands. Troll the Noob going in. Crow in a bad spot. Gets the charm off. Is it enough? It is not. Misfits picking up the kill there.
Shut down.
Now Jarvan is still in danger. We have Uis? How did you pronounce that?
I'm going Uis.
Alright, Uis hovering here. Has the leap available on Evolve Claws. They could go for the dive. Looks like Uis is just going to clear out this chicken camp. Meanwhile, bot lane looks like we got another fight going on. That guy trying to get a kill onto this Lucian. Misses the knockup. Stands in the ult. That's a lot of damage there. But Jarvan's here, and that's a kill for Jarvan. Martin Cabello Fan Club really doing a good job of clawing their way back into this game.
Still
Jan is out of position into the Yasuo ult. Pops ult to bounce them away, but I don't think he's getting away with this.
with 4 champions of Martin Cabello around here and Thresh here to cut him off, there's nothing there. Rift
Definitely
Herald summoned
killed
in the mid
there.
lane. Use and you're looking to see if they can pick anybody.
They're
off
hovering
here.
this
They might
tower,
be able
but
to do a lot.
Kuro
They've
trying
done
to
a lot
get
of
some
that
kills, trying to scare him off this dragon. Kuro popping in, tries to go for the steal, but does not make it. Lux ult used there, a little bit ambitious, but all in all, not the worst thing in the world. Oh no, Witchblade's caught out on the late back, but Yasuo is here. That guy might try to go back in. I don't think this is the call he wants, though. Never mind, Witchblade's baiting fantastically, gets the knock-up, and that's enough.
While on the other side of the map, we do have CCO taking down the second tier top tower. So it's, despite all that is seemingly going the way of Martin Cabello, they are still down a little over 5,500 gold as a team, which can easily be made up of another fight happening that forces the Downing Shadow from Senna. But it doesn't seem like anything comes out of that. Across the board, there's still about a 2,000 gold difference between the 80 carries. So Lucian still very much in a position, as well as Hero Ari, still very much in a position to continue to snowball this game despite the shutdowns that were given to Martin Cabello. Mid first tier going down, ultimate being
Flash
popped.
used by Weiss to get away from that Ari charm. Witchblade's popping his ult down, trying to keep it down, but he gets him in and Lux killed. That positioning was just way too convenient for Intertwine. That
Totally
guy
new to
trying to
Misfits.
defend.
Looking towards this top tier first tower against Use, but I don't know if that's the move with that guy looking into this mid lane and
Uses flash, it's
walking
not
on
enough.
1v3.
Gets picked off by the Fiora.
So they will be losing second tier mid here.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
4 coming up to defend mid here, so they won't be able to continue that push. Thresh flash into hook, but gets stopped by Fiora's spell shield.
Parry a little bit strong. For Pox. It used to be called Parry, now it's a lot fancier called for Pox.
Yeah, we went
See?
one from one French name to another one.
You know I've been playing a long time, if I'm still calling it Parry. Because that was like before they reworked her into what everyone seems to know what she is now.
Thresh going for the hook, but just slightly off time. Ari coming in, popping Weiss again. Barrier used. Weiss may live. That's close. Very clutch on the jump point of Weiss with the barrier usage. And they feed that kill to Jarvan.
But
Meanwhile,
CCO is
Fiora
here
coming in
and
from the
ready to
side.
Look like that CCO wants to go in on this. And
CCO
they
is
will,
not
not hitting the riposte just
Thresh
right.
pops
Still
ult.
able to get it and is
Oh,
able to get the
that's-
grand.
Witchblade's gonna fall here too. And swiftly followed by Troll Danube.
Like I said, CCO on that Fiora is not to be trifled with at all. Like he's very far ahead in terms of like he was very far ahead, and especially in comparison to the other people aside from that guy on Martin Cabello. If you compare just that individually, he's up about 3,000 to 4,000 gold on every single other player on their team.
And that is a massive difference. That is 1 to 1.5% of a fully completed item. And that's a lot of stats.
Yep, Triforce and Ravenous Hydra Triforce is already completed. Ravenous Hydra will be finished on CCO's next back. And the Phantom Dancer and Infinity Edge are completed on that guy, but it's not, I don't know if that's going to be enough. I don't think it will be.
CCO about to
One
go
down,
in
I
on
think.
Witchblades by the look of things. Never mind, he turns around, but Witchblades comes right back, trying to get this fight. Yasuo fighting Uis is Kha'Zix gets the kill, turns around onto the Janna. Janna pops ult and pushes them away. Meanwhile,
CCO
Troll to
getting the
Noob
grand
tried to
challenge.
CC down this Fiora of CCO. CCO 1v4ing, but eventually going to fall. Maybe.
Not quite.
Oh, there's the stun, or the root, and picked up.
The last embrace coming out, just barely clipping CCO's Fiora.
That
I
hitbox
don't
is
think-
deceptively large.
It is, and I don't think CCO really either A, respected, or B, had the mana to jump the wall there. Because I feel like, I think the launch was up, it was available, but just not enough mana to use.
Martin Cabello fan club looking to pick up drag here.
Still down 10,000 gold and an inhibitor, but able to pick up, or should be able to pick up this their second dragon of the game, which is the first ocean, which should help them out in team fights significantly, giving them a lot more sustain. 2.5% missing health every single 5 seconds.
Martin Cabello fan club going to back here and try to defend some.
But now, with the dragon off the table, it's really simple for third level Midnight just to squat up on the top side and let the CCO split push down bot with her teleport up to pressure this Baron, because that's the only objective left on the map.
Oh yeah, a well-played macro game here will shut this out. But that's up for the players to decide. We're just here to say what they should have done.
There's a lot of things I should have done. Probably not giving up 15 kills in the first 10 minutes. I think that would have helped.
Oh yeah, that definitely would have been a start. CCO down here looking to get some damage onto this turret. However, most of the Martin Cabello fan club coming in. Last embrace just missing there.
Pressure still created in the mid lane. The super minions are still pushing towards, and they were able
Fiora
to take
free
them
to
out.
split push here. Looks like she's going to try to 2v1. CCO wanting this, but going a little bit too deep. She's going to get a
Redemption
kill off
saving
this
her
though,
life.
however. Oh, almost she gets out with her dash, but just barely gets killed.
But will they lose the top tier tower for this? It looks like they will.
Looks like they'll...
Oh, no.
Nope,
They
tower
decided not
lives,
to.
just barely.
I would have committed to that, but this is, well,
Threat level
the Cullen
Midnight,
coming
going
out
to
from
siege
intertwine,
this down.
putting down quite a bit of damage.
Ari pops in,
Spirit
tries to
Rush
get the
going
kill,
in,
lots of
just
damage
watch him
coming down. And that's 2 members of Martin Cabello fan club, 3 members of 4 members of Martin Cabello fan club dead. And the base wide open. This will be the end of the game with only Misfits here to defend.
Misfits is unable to defend.
Pops heal, barely, almost dies in Nexus, is about to die in Nexus to Lucian, and that will be game.
For game 1 of week 4, day 2, that's a lot.
That was a
That's a lot.
very, very commanding performance from Threat Level Midnight out of this game. CCO definitely stretching his wings and putting on quite the show.
As a Ribbon main, I was very tempted to say something about broken wings, but that's besides the point. But Martin Cabello looked very much like they wanted to turn this game back around after giving those shutdowns back to that guy and clawing back and reducing the gold lead from, I think it was 7,000 to about 3,000, but not really pulling together and having an answer, and a good answer to CCO's Fiora just allowed CCO to walk through this game as much as he wanted to, and was able to take such reckless fights that he was taking earlier.